It's the little things that make the biggest difference. And one of my favorite little things to do is mirroring. Now, mirroring is kind of like reflecting back the language or the tone or the posture of your interviewer. And what this does is it builds rapport with your interviewer, which is the key to getting them to know you, like you, and trust you. Now, it's not about parroting, but rather aligning your communication style with theirs. And when you employ this technique consciously and genuinely, it shows your interviewer that you're like them, and the bond building process begins. For example, if your interviewer crosses their legs, wait 10 seconds, and then cross yours. Now, if this is a virtual interview, you probably won't be able to see them do that, but I'm talking face-to-face interviews, and this works great in sales presentations, or if you're going in for to ask your boss for a raise, whatever it is. But anyways, another thing you could do is if your boss, sits back in his chair, in her chair, whatever, wait 10 seconds, and then sit back in yours. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. And there are many other things that you can do. I mean, it's a delicate balance between fostering a connection and coming off as inauthentic. I mean, now you might be thinking that I'm teaching you to mimic people and that it's a form of evil manipulation, but actually we all subconsciously mirror people every time we talk with someone. I mean, you just don't know you're doing it. I mean, it's essentially a nonverbal way of showing empathy, and we do that naturally. So try it on your next interview. Or, get your interviewer to mirror you. That's fun too. You can easily do that. Maybe you cross your arms or something like that, or you cross your legs, or you sit back in your chair and then see if they don't do that too. I mean, that's only going to work when your interviewer is trying to follow you. If they see you as a sign of, have a sign of respect for you, or they see you as somewhat of an authority figure, know what you're talking about, they might follow you. But the key is to make a connection and create a lasting impression so that they feel like they know you and that they want to hire you. And all kinds of people use mirroring. Some people do it consciously, some people do it subconsciously. But I mean, it's inborn in us, because anytime we're talking with somebody, we're trying to relate with them. We're trying to connect with them. We're trying to bond with them. And so we'll do things that they're doing, we'll do them subconsciously, so that they will think that, we're more like them. And when, they think that we're more like them, they're more likely to like us and trust us. And like I said, it's perfect in a job interview, a sales presentation. Anytime you're trying to influence someone, whatever it is, try mirroring them. Now, there's volumes written on this, but I mean, you can just do some simple Google searches and get more ideas about how to mirror somebody. I just wanted to bring this to your attention as something to try in an interview, because one of the things that people struggle with when they go into a job interview is they have a hard time building that rapport. They're so nervous that they don't speak a lot, or they're uncomfortable, and their true self doesn't come through in the interview process. And then after the interview is over, they're like, man, I wish I could have been myself. I wish I could have shown them my best side. And that happens. Your nerves get the best of you. So, one way to overcome that is to build that rapport. And one of the best ways to build rapport and that bond is to mirror them, to show them that you're like them. And they're probably going to open up to you a little bit more. They're going to see more of you, and then you might get invited back to a second interview. But oftentimes, when people really screw up the first interview and they don't build any kind of rapport, they just kind of go in cold and they just answer questions, and then they never hear from their interviewer again. And then they wonder, and I know this because I get calls from people all the time. Don, how come nobody is calling me back? I went on an interview. I went on 10 first interviews. Nobody calls me back. Why? Well, one of the reasons could be that you're just failing to connect with them. Maybe you're coming off too cold. Not that you're a cold person, but maybe you're just too nervous in the interview, and your interviewer can't see your best side. They can't warm up with you. You've got you've got the doors shut. There's a brick wall between you and them, and you're not letting anybody in, or they're not able to see you, for who you really are. So try that out on your next interview, and mark it down in the comments. Let me know if you tried it and if it worked. If you mirrored them, or if you got them to mirror you. That would be cool if you could do that. So that's all I have for you. I do have something else for you though. I've got a checklist here. I just put this together, and this walks you through. This is going to make sure that you're doing everything right on your interviews. So if you keep going on interview after interview and you never make it to the second round, get this checklist. This is going to walk you through the whole process. And I cover everything. I start, with job search. I go into resume writing, and obviously I'm not going to teach you how to write a resume here in 6 bullet points, but these are going to give you some ideas about what you need to do to your resume. It also has some links to some other resources, resume worksheet here, which will help you put your resume together. And then it teaches you how to prepare for phone interviews, competency interviews, how to close the interview. And then on the back, I have a whole bunch of tactics and strategies. And all of these different things are going to kind of open your mind and make you think, hey, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Am I doing this? Oh, this one here says, go here, watch this video for more information. So then you go there and you do this. This is almost like a gateway to everything you possibly need to be doing in your job search, when you're writing a resume, when you're following up, everything. And I even have a little section here on interview anxiety, where if you struggle with anxiety, like a lot of people do, this will walk you through a few points that will help you kind of overcome that interview anxiety, so that you can appear more natural in the interview. So you can get this from jobinterviewtools.com/checklist. Just tell me where to send it, and I will get it right out to you. My gift to you, just for being here with me this afternoon. And that's all I have for you. I wish you the best on your next interview, and leave me a comment. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.